guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a book haul. I'm sure everybody has heard of it by now, but this is going to be a PangoBooks book haul. So this is not sponsored at all, but PangoBooks is an app that you can go onto and you can sell your used books to other book lovers so that they get a second life. And I absolutely love this app. I have been probably spending too much money on it, but we're not going to talk about that. And so I thought it would be fun to show you guys some of the books that I've gotten off of there, because when I first started buying off of there, I wasn't for sure exactly how it was going to work and if the books that I was going to be getting are great quality. But the good news is that I have had the best success and I absolutely love the app, both to buy and to sell. So let's hop right in and show you guys all the books that I got off of Pango this month. So the first one that I picked up this month is Act Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the second book in the Brown Sisters romance series, and I really enjoyed the first one, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I've heard a lot of people say that they actually prefer the second one to that one, so I am anxious to see what it's all about. But this book follows Eve Brown, who is kind of a hot mess. And when she has a major mishap at a wedding, her family essentially says, no more, you need to grow up, you've got to get your stuff together. So she goes off to try to get the head chef position at a B&B, and the B&B owner is Jacob, who is super type A. And so they end up clashing right away, and so it's an enemies to lovers, I am gonna assume, based off the back, which is my favorite. So I'm anxious to get to this one. And just like all of these books, she's in great condition, so exciting. Girl he used, babe. Babe. Auburn, shh. Okay, I think we're fine. Okay. The next book that I snagged is The Girl He Used to Know by Tracy Garvis Graves. This book is about Annika, who is neurodivergent, from what I understand, and she is a little bit awkward in social situations. When she decides to join the chess club to kind of find a place to belong, there is a boy named Jonathan in the chess club, and he is immediately drawn to Annika, and they bring out the best in each other, and they have amazing chemistry, so they spark this great love. But there ends up being a tragedy that tears them apart. And whenever they meet many years later, all of that chemistry is brought back up immediately, but they still have to deal with the tragedy that tore them apart so many years ago. It sounds really, really good. I like the aspect of the neurodivergent main character, and so that's really intriguing to me. And while I didn't know much about this when I picked it up, when I got it, I saw that Colleen Hoover and Taylor Jenkins Reid both blurbed it on the back, and so that makes me even more excited to get to it. I do really enjoy both of their writing, so I am sure that I'm gonna eat this one up too. Next up, we have The Invited by Jennifer McMahon. So Jennifer McMahon has been on my list for a really long time to read, and I have numerous of her books, but I have never picked one up. And I don't know why, because she definitely is right up my alley, but I have never picked her up. And I have a bunch of friends that really, really love her writing. So I went ahead and snagged this whenever I saw it, and adding it to my collection of Jennifer McMahon that I will get to someday. In fact, I was thinking about maybe doing an author taste test vlog where I read a couple of her novels out of the ones that I have and vlogging it for you guys and letting you guys see what I think in real time. So if that sounds like something that you guys would enjoy watching, be sure to let me know down below. But either way, I hope to get to this one soon. So this one is about Helen and Nate, and they move to a small town where they buy 44 acres and they are going to build their dream house. whenever Helen discovers the mystery in town of a woman named Hattie Breckenridge who died suspiciously. She's really intrigued and she starts to dig into that mystery a little bit. But when she starts to build the house, she loves artifacts. So she starts gathering artifacts from the town and using old artifacts from the town in the house. And I think supernaturally creepy things start happening at their brand new home. So this gives all the creepy vibes and I cannot wait to pick it up. So the next book that I snagged is actually a book that I've already read, but I absolutely loved it and I want to continue with the series and I eventually want to own all of them physically. So that is Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. This is the first book in the Wayward Children series. And this book is all about children who get sent to this school because they are having trouble readjusting to the real world after being sent to fantastical lands. So think the children who went to Narnia or Alice who got sent to Wonderland, and they get sent back to their regular lives when they've lived an entire life in another world, and so they have trouble readjusting, and they get sent to this school where they can be themselves and live their true identities instead of having to conceal it and reconform to what the world would expect them to be. The concept of this series is amazing. I think it's so incredibly unique and creative, and I absolutely adored this book. I've read the first and the second book and I cannot wait to continue the series. So when I saw this on Pango and it was such a good price, I had to snag it to start my collection off. The next book that I picked up is actually a copy of my favorite classic, and it is The Great Gatsby, but this is the graphic novel, and I have been eyeing this at Barnes & Noble for a really long time because I'm wanting to own numerous copies of The Great Gatsby in different editions because it is my favorite, and this one I just never have justified spending the money on, but again, I saw it on Pango at such a good price, and so I snagged it like it was the last cookie on the tray. And so I'm really excited to see The Great Gatsby put into graphic novel form, and I can add this to my collection. Okay, and the last 4 books are all vintage copies of one of my favorite authors of all time, Agatha Christie. But while I've been collecting just the Barnes & Noble covers, I have been super into vintage covers of things. Like I have this vintage set of, wherever they are, this vintage set right here of the Chronicles of Narnia, and I just adore them. So I'm wanting to get some more vintage covers of Agatha Christie's, and I stumbled upon them on Pango and I was so excited. So these are the ones that I picked up. I picked up 13 Clues for Miss Marple, and it has blue sprayed edges, which I think actually may have been fairly common for when these books were printed, but this copy is from 1966, so that's a steal. And the next one that I grabbed is Postern of Fate, and this copy is from 1973, and it is in awesome condition. The next one is Witness for the Prosecution, and this copy is also a 60s copy. And the last one is Peril at End House, and this is a 70s copy as well. So I was really excited to add these to my collection and get started with the vintage covers. So I'm really excited to see if any more pop up on my feed. But anyways, those are all the books that I got from Pango. Again, if you are interested in selling some books off of your shelves and doing a big unhaul, I highly, highly suggest selling on Pango. They make it so incredibly easy. They give you a shipping label and everything. You don't have to do anything except print it off, package it, and send it out. So it couldn't be easier, and it's an easy way to get books off of your shelf and give them another life in another home with somebody who may love them just as much as you did. So I'll be sure to leave my Pango shop in the description, as well as the shop that I got all of these books from. I think there's 3 or 4 different shops here, so I'll be sure to link those as well in case they have anything that you might be interested in. And again, this video is not sponsored. I've just really enjoyed using PangoBooks, so I thought it would be fun to show you guys all the different options that you can get from there, and the prices are great. I can't rave about it enough. Well, that's all I have for you guys today, but I cannot wait to see y'all in the next one. If you're new here, be sure to hit subscribe so you can see more of my content in the future. But until then, I hope that you will choose coziness over chaos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.